wanna talk.
DK!
Yo, bro!
This beautiful shop you got here.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I mean, we've been only open for like, what, 6 weeks and a half now, but yeah. Jesus, great to see you, man.
Great to see you too. How long has it been? It's been like months. And like last time I visited you, you're still at...
Yeah, that was just last year around December, until December, we were shop inside a shop, but because of our, you know, college love, yeah, I call it, we were able to find a spot over here, you know?
Tell us about your story, because the thing that I fell in love with was your story about like how you came to build your own business and the taste you put in your food. It's amazing.
So like, yeah, we are like one of the few, I guess, restaurants that really focuses on the like Torontonian cuisine. So now when I say Torontonian cuisine, a lot of people say, what is it? Everyone's kind of harmonizing together as one. And I want that to kind of reflect onto a dish. That's why we made a promise that at Tastebender, we're gonna make everything from scratch. Even all these cookies too that you see, from brown butter to finish, all done in-house as well. Chocolate, we get it from the best place, which is Belgium, ethically sourced. And we have our invention called biscone, which is a biscuit and scone put together. Not as dense as a scone, but not as flaky as a biscuit. If you pair that with our biscone cream, which is like we benchmarked the clotted cream of England, you put that together, game over, bro. I want my customers to use more hands than tools. That's why we provide gloves here and then make them to use their hands to select whatever they need. Food is something that's very intimate and romantic, and I think you should be physically touched by your hand to really understand what the food and cooking is about. So initially, Tastebender started back in 2019, like if you're going way back. Tastebender was one of the avenues for me to kind of test out my own cooking skills. So when I was just working as a chef at another restaurant, Tastebender was a channel and an avenue for me to create my own dishes and try it onto a real life, you know? So I would take Tastebender to different night markets and create my own dishes and started selling. And then pandemic happened, so I wasn't able to pursue my cooking anymore. But that's when the government said you guys are allowed to start baking and selling out of your home. So that's when I started to invent desserts. My sole priority, my goal was to create a unique flavored dishes to represent Toronto. So it's like a tart, which is a creme brulee tiramisu fusion dessert that we have. So we're the world first to do that. If you type it on Google, only we come up on Google as well. That's how original we are.
What is your newest like Torontonian taste right now?
We have French vanilla flavor that we just launched. For me, I'm trying to stay away from desserts a little bit and not focus on food. Putting the same concept of this diversity into food and then create something very unique as well. There aren't too many chefs who specializes in baking and who also cooks at the same time, you know? But then the fact that now I know how to bake and I was always a food chef, I just can't wait to immerse the two things and create a completely new dish for Toronto. We also want to create a Torontonian brunch spot, so we're gonna set up 4 patios and then we're gonna start selling brunches with sandwiches, soups, and salads and stuff and whatnot.
Yeah, I'm coming here for brunch.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm gonna ask for a reservation. Yeah. First day, grand opening. I remember when I first met you, my girlfriend and I were like looking for a Korean shaved ice, and you had a sign in your shared shop.
How I remember that we met, you came in for the shaved ice cream and then we were done for the season because it was during winter time-ish. And then I was talking about my food and craft, and then you realized that you were kind of in the industry as well, knife designer, engineer. And then I said, where? And you said, Dalstrong. So these are like the just basic knives that I have in me. This was my first ever knife that I bought from Dalstrong. That I had so much sentimental value to this knife that I had to bandage it up a bit, you know, and I still use it. I use this thing for about 2-3 years now, and I still keep it very clean. But I wanted to have a very different and unique knife that at the time, because every chef had a very similar looking knife, just different handles all the time. And if you really look at it closely too, the knife is very sharp, the tip is sharp, and then it's very oval shaped. It kind of rocks by itself very well. but let me tell you the newer knife that I've been using. And this is pretty much like the predominant knife that I use in the kitchen. I use it for everything. Cutting, slicing, fruit, meat. I just use one of this, you know?
We have a bit of a surprise for you.
Shut up!
Here you go. Open it, have a look.
Yo, I'm trying so hard not to tear up, but holy fuck.
You wanna give Daisy a test run?
Yeah. Because this is a new knife, I want to see how sharp this thing is. If it cuts right through without flaking it off, then you know it's a good knife. Yeah, knife is really sharp. We'll just give you an idea what would happen if you were to use a dull knife. Like, because the top part is flaked off, like it comes off like that, versus nice sear, you can see, versus all cracked up everywhere.
So you've been a head chef, you now have your own shop. What legacy do you want to leave behind?
One thing I wanted to do is not to perfect the Torontonian cuisine, but then start open the pathways so that other chefs can kind of follow behind and then complete it for me. So I guess my legacy is to show other fellow chefs that there's other opportunities that's out there. Maybe there's other cuisines that is unique to the world that could be recognized, you know. And I think that's why Toronto has a lot of potential, just because we're the most diverse city in the world. All the chefs come together, man, we're gonna have something very, very powerful in the next few years down the road.